Have you ever wondered why sin feels natural to us? Or why do we even struggle with things that we don't even want to do? In Romans 5, this actually gives us the answer, and we're going to break it down. Therefore, just as one man's trespass led to condemnation for all, so one man's act of righteousness leads to justification and life for all. For just as by the one man's disobedience the many were made sinners, so by the one man's obedience the many will be made righteous. So in the first part, therefore, just as one man's trespass led to condemnation for all, this one man is actually Adam, and his disobedience in the garden introduced sin into the world. And because of Adam's fall, sin became part of our human nature, separating us from God. And no one had to teach us how to sin. It's actually in our DNA because of the fall. But God didn't just leave us there. In the second part it says, so one man's act of righteousness leads to justification and life for all. That one man is Jesus Christ. While Adam's sin brought death, Jesus' sacrifice on the cross brought life. And just as we inherited sin from Adam, we can now inherit righteousness through Christ. And his obedience reversed what Adam's disobedience started. In the next part it says, for just as by one man's disobedience the many were made sinners. So here Paul is making it super clear that we were born into sin. Without Christ we are spiritually lost, trying to fix ourselves but always falling short. The law couldn't save us, our good works couldn't save us, only Jesus could. And in the last part, so by the one man's obedience the many will be made righteous. Jesus didn't just die for sin. He lived the perfect life we never could. His obedience to the Father restored what Adam had broke. When we accept him, we are no longer defined by Adam's failure, but by Christ's victory. We trade sin for righteousness, death for life, and condemnation for grace. So remember, Adam's sin brought death, but Jesus' obedience brings life. If you're struggling with guilt or feeling stuck in sin, remember, Jesus already made a way out.